Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's not gonna be beauty related, it's gonna be something else that I love, which is I'm gonna talk to you about TV shows, TV series, because I'm just like everybody with a TV or a computer. I love TV shows, I love TV series, so I'm just gonna talk about those 5 not so famous yet TV shows that you could love. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is called Frontier. So every time I'm gonna read the description, a quick description that I found on Wikipedia. Frontier is a Canadian-American historical drama TV series chronicling the North American fur trade of the 1700s. So that's the base story. So you basically follow the Europeans and the North American peoples. It's all about the fur trade, and it's like, if you like Game of Thrones, then I think you're really gonna like Frontier. The main character is Jason Momoa, so if you watch Game of Thrones, you know that's the guy who plays Khal Drogo. So that's the main character of this show, and it's really okay, it's not the same than Game of Thrones, and I'm not gonna say it's as good or anything, but it's really cool, it's really interesting. It's you've got some fight scenes, there is a lot going on, you know. It's just I'm shitty describing things, like I don't know how to describe things properly, but it's just, if you like Game of Thrones, then trust me, you're gonna like this, because they are like bad and good people, but even the bad people, you kind of get really interested in them, and it's a war between, you know, it's the story between the like European people colonizing the North America part. So you already know what happened, so it's just very interesting, because it kind of like educates you on what happened, like teaches you what happened at the time, but it's also very interesting, and it's very cool. Yeah, it's very cool. It's kind of it's a dramatic show, so it's not a super funny show, but you get really into it and you really want to see the rest of the show. So for the moment there is only 1 season, it's on Netflix, you can find it on Netflix, but they already signed for 3 seasons, so the second season is gonna come at the end of this year, I think, because this show only came out in November 2016, so that's why for the moment it's a little bit famous, but not that much yet. So I thought I should talk about it in here, because yeah, if you like Game of Thrones, then I think you're really gonna like Frontier. Yeah, really good show. So the second show I'm gonna talk about is The Crown. So if you already have Netflix, you've seen, even if you haven't watched it, you've seen The Crown, because it's on Netflix, and at least in the UK everybody talks about it. I don't know about other places. I think it's kind of famous, like it's famous already, but since it's brand new, it only came out in November 2016. I know that not everybody has watched it yet, not everybody know about it very well yet, and I just thought I was going to talk about it, because normally I'm not really interested in, like, I don't watch documentaries on the royal family or anything. It doesn't really interest me that much normally, but I wanted to see what it was. So yeah, so it's a biographical story about the Queen Elizabeth II and the rest of the family. So for the moment there is only 1 season with 10 episodes, but the season 2 is gonna come by the end of the year too. And yeah, so what I like about this show is that it's not like a documentary thing. It's really, you really follow her life from the moment her father dies in the first season, from the moment her father dies to her becoming a queen, and all the problems that she has to to get through, and how difficult it is for Philip, her husband, and how it's difficult to like manage being a mother and being a queen and everything. And it just makes, I feel like you really get to know them, and you really get to see how it's like behind the scenes, like how it's like behind like the things that we don't see. So I just really got into that show. I just think it's really interesting, and it teaches you a lot of things too. So yeah, that's The Crown, and if you want to see this, it's on Netflix too. Okay, so now the third TV show is Jane the Virgin. So Jane the Virgin, I believe, is probably the most famous out of all the things I'm going to talk about in this video, because it's been out since like 2015 maybe. So it's not that brand new, but it's still going on. Like there is 3 seasons for the moment, but it's not over yet, I believe. And so the series stars Gina Rodriguez as Jane, a working religious young virgin Latina who becomes pregnant after being artificially inseminated by mistake. So it's a funny American way, like it's a funny American telenovela. I don't really know how to say that properly, but yeah, it's so funny, it's so easy to watch, it's nothing, there is no fight scenes or anything. It's really just so funny because it's this girl who really wants to stay virgin until marriage, but all of a sudden she goes to the gynecologist, I think that's how you say it, to the doctor, and all of a sudden she's pregnant because the girl she artificially inseminated her by mistake, which is like, what? And it's just so funny, it's so easy to watch, and when you watch it you feel good. Like if you had a long day and you just want to relax watching something really easy to watch and really cool, and you know you're gonna have a good laugh, and it's really fun. It's really, yeah, it's really fun. Like it's really cool. So if you're looking for this easy, funny show, then definitely check out Jane the Virgin. The fourth show I'm just going to talk about quickly because it's exactly the same kind of show than Jane the Virgin. You know, this easy to watch, funny type of show, but it's Heart of Dixie, and maybe you know it already because it's over now. There are 5. I say 5, but I show 4, you know, whatever. There are 4 seasons, and it's over, so you know, if you want to watch everything in a row, that's easy. So here's the description. So it's a comedy drama TV series. The series stars Rachel Bilson. So Rachel Bilson, you might know her from the OC. She's the girl who plays Summer in the OC. So Rachel Bilson is Dr. Zoe Hart, a New Yorker who, after her dreams of becoming a heart surgeon fall apart, accepts an offer to work as a general practitioner in the fictional Gulf Coast town of Bluebell, Alabama. So it ended about 2 years ago, but I missed that show. I really do miss that show because it was so cool. Like it's so cheesy. Okay, it's so cheesy, and it's so yeah, like it's just a very, when you think about, I'm not saying that only girls should watch this show, but I'm just saying that when you think about a very girly type of show, there you go. You know, this is really that kind of chilled out show that you can watch around a glass of wine at the end of your day, and you're just gonna laugh, and it's just gonna make you smile. It's like Jane the Virgin, but to me I prefer Heart of Dixie because I don't know, I just find the story and the characters even more interesting and even more like attaching, and I love Rachel Bilson. She really makes me laugh every time, and yeah, she basically finds herself in Bluebell, Alabama, a little small town where everybody knows each other, everybody loves each other, and it's just they're like really simple people. Not, I think when you say simple people you mean dumb people. I'm not saying that, but they're really just natural, simple people, you know. And she's a New Yorker, so she's a bit sassy, she's a bit cocky, she's very selfish and everything, and then she ends up in this town and everybody hates her, and she has to fit. She has to find a way to fit in that town for at least a year. And it's just really funny, and there is a very cute love story, or several love stories, but mostly one that if you watch the show I think you know which one I'm talking about. But yeah, Heart of Dixie, everybody. If you're really watching for a good, easy to watch, funny show, then Heart of Dixie. Really, I miss this show. I really miss this show. The fifth and last show that I'm going to talk to you is Shadowhunters. I found this show on Netflix. So the description is, it's an American fantasy TV series based on the Mortal Instruments books by Cassandra Clare. So the description of the show is, Clary Frey has just enrolled at Brooklyn Academy of Arts. On her 18th birthday, she learns that she's a shadow hunter. A human born with angelic blood who protect humans from demons. That night, Clary's mother Jocelyn is abducted by a group of rogue shadow hunters called the Circle. Their leader is Jocelyn's ex-husband Valentine Morgenstern, which is Clary's father. So in that description nothing happens. Like it doesn't give anything from the show. I think it's on purpose, and I don't really know how to explain it better than that. But basically it's Clary, this girl who's very young and realizes so that she's a shadow hunter, and a lot of things happen to her all of a sudden, and she ends up having to fight demons and having to save her mother from death, from something really bad happening. And she develops some kind of powers and some kind of really like cool abilities, and she makes some shadow hunters friends who are really interesting, Jace, Alec and Easy. And she has Simon, who is her best friend, who's human, but something really bad happens to him. And yeah, but I really fell in love with that show for some reasons. And when I started watching it, I thought it's just gonna be a really teenagey thing. I'm really not gonna be into it. I don't know, it's not gonna be my thing. But it's not. It's there is Magnus, who is super funny, and there are like cute relationships, and there are some really good fight scenes, and just the story overall is so interesting. You get into it so much. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, that's it for this video. I just thought that maybe if you're like me, you're always looking for new shows to watch, then maybe this can be helpful to you. And yeah, I hope you're gonna like this video, and if you do, then please subscribe, and I'll see you very soon with a new video, which is actually gonna be on Wednesday. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!